and welcome to Fate of Isen Book 2. We're a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast made by a bunch of Kiwi comedians, proud members of the Kiwi RPG, Kiumu Whakatau ao Aotearoa, tabletop role-playing from New Zealand. We kōrero paki, we tell some jokes, we hopefully save the world, maybe, if we're lucky, and we have a whole lot of fun along the way. Thank you so much for those of you who are joining us live in the stream. It's always lovely to see your faces here in chat. See your faces? I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't see your faces, but I can see your name handles, and I guess that's kind of the same on the internet. Anyway, if it's your first time visiting Isen, welcome. It's really lovely to have you here, and for all of our Faties who are coming home, let me give you a big old hug if you want one. Consent, of course, but come get a hug if you want one, because it's just so good to see you again. Apart from you, Andrew, Steve, and Reese. I saw you recently. Now this is just stalking. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but I was really, really lucky to see those three, Reese, Andrew, and Steve, in person at a evening event where we did D&D in a tavern. We did it at Balin's Brewery, and we are looking forward to doing an event of that again, because it was such a good time, and it was just so good to see people in real life and play games and roll dice, and it was really, really fun. So thanks for coming along, crew. It was good to see you. Anyway, I have a whole new story to tell you with Book 2, Pukapuroa, and a wonderful cast of heroes to help me discover it. So, let's meet the Sidebars.
I've been away for so long, I forgot the order. Hey, everybody. I'm Severin, I'm back in the habit, back in the saddle. Fresh from Europe, unjet-lagged and ready to play. And I play Dexter Clementine, who's a punchy monk. He's kind of a sensitive modern guy. People are saying this. I'm not saying this. People are saying that he might be a new round of, a different kind of man. He might be built different. Next person, whoever it is. Because I cannot remember for the life of me. Back to you in the studio.
I'll take that from the studio. I'm Erika. I'm playing Taryn Grimm. Taryn's very excited to be in a brand new area of Isen, and she's never been there before, hasn't seen anyone apart from this pompous son and pompous father, and that's her first impression of a new world. Over to you, Kasia.
Hello, I'm Kasia, and I play Granny Sabinka. Europe's not a country, Severin. Europe's not a country.
It is in my heart.
And I play a half-elf druid, Granny Sabinka, who's about to tell off someone for raising a really weirdly principled child. Over to you, Jules.
Okay, yeah. And I will be and continue to be, your Dungeon Master for Pukapuroa Book 2 of Fate of Isen, as we tell our elemental story and explore the world, places we haven't seen in Book 1 some more. I'm very excited to show you the world, and I really wanted to start singing that then. I could show you the world.
Wait, is it true that we are under the sea?
We're above the sea.
We are
above the sea.
Close to the sea.
That is still true. We find ourselves in Port Belas, after all, in the region of Belas. Port Belas is the capital city of Belas, and this is where the speaker is situated. The speaker, who lives in a giant, very imposing castle, not far from the bustling port itself. Sort of a remnant, a hangover of olden days of when Isen was once kingdoms, but is no longer. But the speaker still lives in the nicest place because, well, nobody else is living here. So it is quite a fortified housing situation that he finds himself in. It's kind of convenient when the other speakers from around Isen, the ones who make up the council, come to visit. He does have lots of rooms for them to crash in. So, it has its ups and downs. It's also a lot to clean and heat. You know, but usual house problems.
Yeah, you can't get into that one corner. You're like, how do I get the right angle to... man.
And they're heating the damn place.
Oh, the electric... Well, not electric, but the candle bill.
Yeah, the
Such a curse.
firewood bill. I don't know. Yeah,
Furnace cost?
yeah, I guess so.
Maintenance.
That coal doesn't just form under pressure.
The chimney sweeping service bill is just the 100 gold for just a call out. It's horrible.
Yeah, for everybody who thought that, you know, actual play D&Ds were an escape from reality, no, bringing you back in.
Yeah, I heard about people paying rent in D&D the other day, and that was very cursed.
Yeah.
I'm like, I play D&D to escape. Hey.
I mean, there's a living cost.
Become a landlord in D&D.
Yeah. What's the economic state of Isen? Are we doing good?
We're not actually. We're doing real bad.
What's the GDP? Oh no!
Let's point out the fact that the ocean is like killing all the fish, so fishing is definitely down. And then the earth is killing all the crops, so like, you know, farming, agricultural, definitely down. So yeah. No,
is there a money stone that we can find?
You definitely that would be good.
Yeah, it would be great.
Yeah, you reinstated the stone, but it doesn't seem to have totally fixed everything. Maybe there's more to it than that.
Oh,
maybe we should make a big glove and put it. Find this very big hand.
Yeah.
Find some big paper and some big scissors.
Yeah. Oh dear. So we found ourselves standing in the grand hall of this castle in Port Belas, and you are looking at the speaker and Gloria Crustashorn. Of course, we all remember Gloria. For those in the stream, let's throw up a wee image so we can about Amy Ward's art again, and say hi to Gloria.
Wow.
I should also address that because Riverside is so crap. Poor Erika has also Amy Ward art up in front of her face, but the art is very nice. So,
I mean, I would love some Amy Ward art myself, but I have a different art, which is super good. Yeah. Anyway,
which is Haunted Sandwich. But yes, yes, I believe Amy has things in her. Did I forget the name of the
artist? No, I did not.
I believe Amy has things in her to-do list. But anyway, but she's got a very long to-do list, so you can just get that when that maybe happens. I don't know. So you find yourself standing in this rather large, grand throne room, looking at the speaker and Gloria Crustashorn as she sort of bows and she brings greetings traditional of the float, and she does her emissary ambassador job, which you actually brought her along for the skills of. So she's busy kind of smoothing things over with the speaker here, while you all are a little distracted and probably poking and prodding and elbowing each other about the stone that you see over in a glass case over the other side of the throne room, which looks remarkably like the Earth Stone, except a light blue color. Yeah.
Hey man, nice stone. Where'd you get it?
Like in the middle of Gloria Crustashorn and him talking, you just okay.
Dexter's he's interested in stones. He's interested in things from the earth, and this doesn't necessarily look earthy, but still is a mineral.
Well, last stone we saw was earthy. Anyway, sorry. I'm derailing.
He in turn sort of like, you know, bows to Gloria and says, "Yes, welcome, emissary of the float. It is lovely to have you here. We have not dealt with the floatess in many, many years, but consider it our honor to host you here." And he's
and why might that be that you haven't dealt with the floatess? Why? I wonder.
Order.
Yeah.
Could it be
he
Could
turns...
it be because I'm sorry, but Granny's on a warpath right now. I have an idea. Could you maybe tell me why? Maybe, perhaps, Flotess is not so keen to deal with you, perhaps.
And he's like, well, from what I understand, she doesn't really come out of the ocean very often at all.
No, people have to travel down to visit her.
Yeah. You never travel into the ocean, man? It's pretty cool down there.
I
Well,
have
not
not
anymore,
the
is it?
lung capacity to do so, otherwise I gladly would. I hear her court is quite beautiful, and again, he's sort of like addressing Gloria and, Taryn, who said, but you asked me of my prize possession.
No, yeah, okay, let's move on from the basic lie of why you don't go into the sea. What's about the stone?
Grumble.
He just
Look at
seems
me.
to be
I'm not
kind
aquatic.
of glossing over that whole conversation, like deliberately, like...
We are not finished with that, but we will come back to it.
Yeah, we'll put a dagger in that and then come back. Anyway, what's up with the stone?
Yeah, he turns to it and he kind of walks over to it and he sort of pushes the two guards who are sort of standing around this thing to the sides a little bit so he can kind of edge in here next to this glass case. And he's like, I had to put the case in place because, well, it seems to be degrading. Look. And you do see, coming a bit closer now to this case, even though these guards are looking very imposing, like, don't go, but you can kind of see that it looks sort of flaky and like it's got almost like pores to it.
Well, I have an idea, but I would like a sidebar.
Yeah. And he
Sidebars.
starts telling you the story of it if anybody's listening, other's he'll just
Taryn will
monotone it
listen.
to himself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Also-
Dexter asked. He'll listen.
Yeah. He tells you about how he found it not that long ago, a few years back, in a box in the basement as he was like looking for some of his dad's old things, and he pulled it out of the box and he remembered it from, when he was a bit younger and he was sort of still, like his dad was still alive and he was kind of, training to take over. And he remembers his dad being quite proud. He pulled it off this gang of thieves, he called them. Like, he basically rescued the stone from, like, a gang of thieves. And he didn't really know what it was, but he knew it was important. And he, treated it like it was sort of important. Locked it away, kept it secret in, a safe. Yeah. And so he, remembered this whole story, and he's like, I don't know why it was so important, but look at it. It's so glorious and different and unusual. It's sort of a treasure, don't you think?
Could Granny just have take a measure of him, as in roll inside, to see if he's he will respond to actually being told the truth that he used to give it back?
Yeah, roll an insight check to kind of gauge a feel on him before you say anything.
Oh, shite. Right. Well,
Was it good?
can someone help me? It is not good. It's 10.
Okay. He seems to be rather enthusiastic and, when he's telling this story, he seems to be attached to it and consider it quite valuable. With a 10, you can see that, but you don't know how he would take to, he might not be keen to just let it go, but you don't know how he would take to being told the truth about what it is.
Okay, let's say hypothetically, because you say you kind of stumbled across the stone, you kind of just found it. What if it had a home kind of outside of the castle? It does seem to be quite an important magical item.
Well, I mean, if it was I agree with you, it must be some kind of important, but if it was important, don't you think someone would have come looking for it by now? I mean, we took it back and nobody came for it.
Yes, but we did.
Right,
Hashtag
okay.
taking
So
a
you
gamble.
come into my throne room. You just see it across the room. You don't even know what it is. You have to ask me where I got it and what it is and the story behind it. And you expect me to believe that it's like yours. How old are you? I mean,
Look.
yeah, you're kind of old, but these guys.
Excuse me! How rude, first of all. Second of all, what if I told you that life itself in the ocean is being damaged by you and your practices? And moreover, this stone here is directly tied to a creature that will perish without it, and it is imperative that you return it.
Yeah, we were just being
that
coy
creature.
before. We know what it is, and can we please have it? We're trying to be diplomatic. We're happy to exchange it for something, or we're also heroes technically if you need anything done. Yeah, no, Dexter's just gonna scooch between Granny and the king and just if there's anything.
The guards are definitely trying to scooch between Granny and the speaker as well, because because Granny is definitely projecting some I'm going to do something rash here vibes, and so their insight check is enough to pick that up.
The passive insight.
Roll a persuasion check to see how you're going and persuading this dude that the ocean needs it.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Okay,
nice.
Did I tell you what I rolled, or not really?
No, aren't you
really want
sulking? What persuasion is Granny doing? You just look pissed off.
Intimidation.
This is heroic
intimidation
grandstanding.
with the persuasion.
Let it be known.
Intimidation, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is intimidation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and do that. 7.
Okay, 7 is better. That's good. So, Granny, you just succeed in literally just getting a hand on your arm from one of the guards going, I think you should step back, grandmother. And
speak to your grandmother like that?
Well, that was pretty polite, so yeah.
This guy got sass.
I got nothing.
He might say much worse things, I don't know.
While everyone's sassing and scooching between each other, can Taryn take a look at the stone and cast an Arcana check to see what the state of the stone is currently?
Yes, and roll up, and we'll address that in a minute. Because Severin, your character Dexter does succeed in persuading the speaker here that you think that this stone is entirely important and entirely the ocean depends on this. He isn't necessarily going to just believe you in terms of because persuasion checks don't work like command, he isn't just going to do what you want, but you have convinced him completely that you think that this is true, and he is now giving you kind of a weird look and sort of the stone a weird look and is sort of closing down a little, doesn't look like he's gonna volunteer more information now. He's like, I think we've probably had enough meet and greet for one day, don't you think?
I mean, sure, but we've got to act. The sea is dying. The natural order of small fish gets eaten by slightly bigger fish gets eaten by slightly bigger fish is all out of whack.
Right.
Until the stone is returned to where it should be.
And the trash dumping stops.
Well,
Look, I'm less concerned about that, but the stone.
You get horrified looks from everyone.
yeah.
Everyone disliked that.
Granny's doing exaggerated, just clutching her pearls.
It's not good, but one thing at a time.
I mean, look, I don't
Spoken
know
like a
you
politician.
from anybody. You have walked in here with my son and are now accusing us of doing damage, environmental damage to the ocean. And you seem to believe that the stone has got something to do with it. I do need to verify all of this. You understand?
I absolutely understand needing to see it with your own eyes, because, I mean, you don't know me. I'm just a random human that wandered in here. But please, we can show you the weird things that are happening. There's a fog that attacks you. There's a big whirlpool that probably wasn't there before because there's no signs or anything
Fish
to
with
like warn
gorilla
about
arms.
it.
Mm-hmm.
There's
And,
whatever
like-
the hell that is.
his like eyebrows are basically so high they're almost in his hairline right now. Like, you know, you can understand what you're saying. Like, he believes that you believe you're telling the truth. That's what your persuasion, like, he believes that,
Yeah.
you know, you are like desperately trying to tell him something. And so he's like, look, I mean, what you must understand, what you're asking is incredibly hard to believe.
Well, how about we take you or someone you trust down there? I can make it possible for them to breathe underwater, and they can see with their own eyes the damage that's being done. We will also do a tour of the dumping ground just on the way, just because it's on the way. So it's on the way. It's like we just you know, just a little bit.
I will look into this environmental damage. I will, because as someone who relies on the finances of the port, to be blunt, to be good, I do need the ocean to be functioning in the way that it should. So I will look into your claims. But I do not believe that the stone has something to do with it. It's a stone that hasn't been in the ocean for a long, long time. But, you know, I will. And he sort of starts doing the thing where he puts his hands on your shoulders and sort of starts like, you know, gently, you know, sort of guiding you back towards the door. And his
Can Dexter
son
kind of slip past that? And he's like,
yeah.
Look, we understand the stone might not be the reason things are going weird. There's some kind of power, but it's hopefully going to go some way to fix it. We had a similar thing up on land.
Are you trying to steal something or do something rash right now, son?
Look, if we were trying to steal, we would be way quieter, okay?
I just don't
quieter.
I just don't like being herded like a basic barn animal. I can leave without whatever this is.
He's like, okay, all right, but I will look into your claims, and I will do this.
Very well. Good day, sir. And then Dex just leaves.
Yeah, and like his son is sitting there, like absolutely, like Percy is sitting there, standing there, just like slack-jawed, like what is happening? And it's like he's
Can I
never
make eye
seen,
contact
Roll
with
out.
them?
yeah, he's
And,
never
like-
seen anybody talk to his dad like that. So yeah.
I'd like to try and like make eye contact with Percy and be like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
do a universal
Like,
sidebar
Ouch.
sign
Yeah.
to him. No, you ass on the side. Gesturing
He's like,
to him.
me with you in a sidebar?
Yes, that's us. That's what I mean.
He turns and looks at the camera, completely breaking the the portal, and says, "Is this the first time an NPC has ever been invited to a sidebar?"
The others who?
Yeah, he totally comes with you.
Oh.
Sort of shuffles down the hallway and kind of shuffles back to the front door of this great grand room, and pushes out into the courtyard, and it's nice and bright in here. You know, it's a bit squinty and dark in the big throne room. So you're back out in the nice bright courtyard where guards are walking around all freely around the place, and there's a few people kind of milling around here, nobles of some kind. He's like, So, like, what are we talking about?
Look, son. Taryn, you do it. You tell him.
You go ahead. I was just going to tell you the status of the stone, but you continue with...
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. So, Taryn, as you are, like, completely zoning all of this chatter out and are just focus firing in on the stone, you get
21.
Nice, okay. So, you definitely get magical emanations from the stone. Like, it's definitely a magical object. It doesn't seem very powerful, though. It seems like sort of the same kind of magical vibration you'd get from, like, a mere magical trinket. You know, like something fun you'd give to the kids that does pretty colors or, you know, something like that. Like, it really doesn't seem very powerful at all. So, having not seen a previous stone, like, this is all you kind of have to go off. Yeah. Being, though, that you know a lot about, like, the ocean, roll me also a nature check while you're standing there, like, peering at this thing quite closely.
Dang, this is like a cantrip level stone.
That is a net 1.
Ooh.
Oh. Is it still a D6?
Yeah, you really don't. You were probably quite distracted by the fact that, like, they seem to be making a lot of fuss over something that probably doesn't do anything.
So trivial. Yeah.
But also roll me a D6 to find out what happens to you temporarily.
That is a 1.
Okay, well, you almost turn into a tree, like, kind of tree-like. You've grown sort of branch, so you kind of probably, like, waddle out of this room with your arms sort of up in the air, and your, like, skin feeling really rough, like you need a lot of moisturizer, you know?
Which is weird, because Taryn's generally pretty, like, wet.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice of you to share.
What can I say?
You don't want to rephrase that at all.
No.
Nope, you're perfect. Got it.
No.
Can you please change the tags on the stream now?
This is now explicit rated.
I'm done, I see.
Oh, dear.
Wetmas is here.
Yeah, so, you join the rest of the crew, and right, like, as everybody is sidebarring and trying to pull you in, you feel your limbs kind of go back to being normal and your skin sort of get a bit of moisture back to it.
Yeah, just sort of shake out real weird. Strange. These people are so strange.
So, anyway, I would like to make it very much known that Granny is very moved by the destruction of the sea, and it is horrifying her that nobody is taking any action, so she is trying to speak to the younger generation, that is Percy. So, Percy, you are training to be the speaker of this place, are you?
Oh, yeah, if my dad allows me to, you know?
Yes. And to be a speaker, you need to protect your land. And what your dad is doing is he is not protecting it. The ocean...
Didn't he say about how he was going to investigate the claims?
So he is the one who also allows the ocean to be polluted and lets you do it as well.
Well, I mean, it's not like Flotsam and Jepson work for my father. They're just very reputable businessmen who work here in town.
And does he know that they dump things in the ocean and around, like, on top of fish who live there? He knows about the Flotess.
Well,
and
actually,
he knows the trash is going into Flotess's domain.
About that. It would be really grand if you couldn't show anybody what we do with the trash.
It seems to me that you are not grasping the magnitude of what's going on here.
No, what I'm saying is I'm actually under a contract, you see, so I can't tell people I mean, you saw it, so I didn't actually tell you. So I didn't really break my contract, but Flotsam and Jetsam are quite strict about these sorts of things, so it'd be really great if you could not share that.
There is a world where I don't share that. And this is a world where you help us, the heroes of this land, grab that stone from your dad's room and put it back where it belongs, which is under the sea.
Are you sure that's the stone you're looking for? It's got very little power behind it.
Look, the last one we saw made a watermelon, not a watermelon, a sunflower.
What?
Almost eat Dexter. I'm pretty sure
I almost
it's
died.
that stone. Right?
What a good time.
No, not for anyone. And then, like,
for anyone.
PTSD kicks in for Granny for, getting Dexter in trouble. Which was
Dexter does that little,
actually
shiver.
in real life pretty terrible.
Actually, you were somewhat to blame. You made the earth
Listen.
shake.
I apologized. But also, I feel horrible. Would you like some sweets? And Granny starts crying, and it's just horrible.
I'm fine.
Percy leans over and is like, am I still needed in this chat? It feels like it's getting quite personal. And
No,
Yeah,
Percy,
that's-
you're the only one who can help the land heal itself and the sea heal itself. You are the key to this.
Stop the polluting or Granny will still cry.
I feel like if you could hear what Flotsam and Jetsam actually have to say about everything, then maybe you'd understand what their mission is and how the environmental process is going to work. It's not going to destroy the ocean. It's not supposed to. It's well, I can't really keep the whole thing in my head, but they explain it quite well.
We are not debating these people. It's fundamentally not a good thing to do, regardless of whatever fancy language this Flotsam and or Jetsam want to use.
Okay, but I'm probably still going to go to their talk. It's really good. Have you heard of their trash talks? Oh, so good. They're like, there's just such big crowds that turn up to listen to everything that they have to say, and they're always coming up with these new innovations. They're just so smart. Anyway, I'm probably gonna go make sure I get front row seats again so I can wave, because they know who I am because I'm captain of one of their ships, and sometimes they point to me. It's very exciting. Anyway.
By all means, fanboy over the polluters. If you can live with yourself, then that's fine.
If you...
I mean, if you want to go there, I will go with you and I will tell everybody in the crowd what's going on.
We could heckle them.
You help us with this, apparently, as Taryn says, worthless stone, to retrieve it and put it back where it belongs.
I don't know, my dad really likes that stone. I feel like he would basically disown me and never make me speaker of Port Belas.
Well, that's why you don't tell him you're taking it. It's called, subterfuge, like secrecy and like.
So we get to do a heist? I've always wanted to do a heist. Will you guys help me?
Of course! That's my favorite thing in the world! Are you getting it? That's great! And in my mind, yes, I'm getting through.
Yeah.
You're inspiring the youth.
As long as we don't tell my dad, I came up with all the plans. And also, you're going to have to come up with all the plans.
What?
No problem.
Wait, how does that work?
He just nods excitedly and he goes, anyway, the trash talks are this way. And just
okay, I guess.
Do we want to go to the trash talks to debate these people?
That's completely up to you. So he is going to disappear to the trash talks. He's like, I'll catch up with you later.
Perhaps another time, maybe.
Yeah. So
what else have we got to do while we wait for the king to get off his
plan a heist, apparently.
Plan a heist, yes.
There was that. There's heist planning time.
Yeah, or you can go, like, see what this fuss about Flotsam and Jetsam is all about. But, look.
We do need the inside man
to
to plan the heist, so I think we should follow.
Are you sure?
This podcast just turns into Jules monologuing.
Yeah, I feel like
for the rest of the hour.
Me planning the heist kind of defeats the purpose, so I have removed him.
Oh no! Right, let's get a room in an inn. Maybe Gloria will like to experience an inn on land.
Yeah,
hey, Gloria, are you with us?
Yeah, you turn and you look at Gloria, and she is storming down the hallway, and she looks furious.
Why?
Gloria, are you okay?
You were the rudest I have ever seen. This is my job to be an ambassador for the float, and I am appalled at your behavior. How dare you speak like that to someone who is a ruler of this? How am I supposed to get a job like this with you?
Whoa.
How dare you speak to me like this? Don't you know you should respect your elders? And also, did you not see a big-ass ocean stone over there that you know belongs somewhere else?
That's got nothing to do with the ocean. It looks like crap.
It doesn't have a lot of magic, Granny. It's very decorative.
Well, you wouldn't have a lot of magic if you were taken away from your magic source.
It's disconnected.
Yes.
It's disconnected from the magic. You know, it makes sense that it's not. Anyway, back to the back to the angry shell. I mean, I'm sorry you're angry, but our new aquatic friend, he kind of tilts his head towards Taryn. Aside, we're not really the best with authority. And acknowledging that people have power, we kind of just say our own things, which is, I mean, not worked out the best sometimes, but sometimes it has.
She sort of slumps to the ground, defeated. She's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell. Just
say you can't control us. I'm sure you're a great ambassador if you're not dealing with.
I really wanted to do this right. This was my first time.
Aw, Gloria. Well, the thing is, you have to be firm with some of those people. This person is not doing a good thing right now. And, you've done very well. We have nothing to do with this flow test, and you have everything to do with the flow test. But also, help us. Please. Because you're very smart.
These three have a really unique charm. I think we can help them.
She looks up at Taryn, just sort of hopelessly, and is like, we've been through magic storms, captured by trash pirates, and insulted a speaker. How am I supposed to go back to the float test like this?
We'll be fine. It's an adventure. You know how she likes the stories.
I don't like them.
Apparently so.
She just tired, exhausted. I like the idea that you guys are just fine about everything that you're going through, and she's just like,
yeah.
Taryn gives Gloria a hug.
Yeah. She's like, someone said something about a pub.
Yes. Let's go get a beer.
Maybe
do you know what a beer is?
Salty sea whiskey.
Probably. It's a port town. You'll get used to this. It's fine. Everybody's first ambassador trip. Everybody's ambassadorship doesn't go perfectly the first time, so
Fair. You're wandering down the street, and you find a few taverns, because this is kind of a big bustling port town, or at least you ask people and you get told about a few taverns. One of them is sort of down near the docks, very much for the fishing set. Sort of fishermen kind of coming in, just looking for a quiet beer in a dark, dingy bar, with nobody that talks to them particularly. Then you've got the places the locals go, which are, homely and have good food and kind of reasonable prices, but, nothing fancy or flash or anything like that, just the basics. And then you've got, like, the places for the people that visit Port Belas, which are all, fancy and upmarket, but also have expensive prices. So...
The tourist traps.
Yeah, you kind of get told about, like, a few different places. Where do you think the sidebars would be the most attracted to go?
Homely, eh?
I reckon, yeah. We're the sidebars of the people.
So, like,
For the people, by the people.
Yeah, one of the locals tells you about the place that they go. Like, they actually go and have a beer and drink, And she sort of warns you, it's a bit hard to find. It's kind of in the back streets. You got to really get off the main street and kind of go, and gives you sort of instruction.
Nice. What beer would you recommend? I'm kind of new to this part of the world.
Well, they don't really have, the ones that are labeled for the tourists or anything. So it's not like salty this and port that. Just the red ale is really good.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, you're welcome.
For me as well.
Yeah.
Sounds fascinating. I think by the time we've left and got to the drinking place, Taryn and Gloria both have, like, the whole, like, Disney vibe tourist thing, and they've got, like, all the ears, they've got the merchandise, they've just, like, been going stall to stall.
You've definitely got, like, the sailor's cap, which has got, like, Port Belas, I visited, or
full
whatever.
tourist trap.
Yeah.
Yeah. A big foam, like, crab claw.
Yeah.
Big heart Belas.
Yeah. There's a little, like, a seagull which sits on your shoulder, and if you pull its tail, it poops. But it's pooping lollies, of course. Like,
Of course.
poop.
Yeah, chocolate drops.
Yeah.
Grum's a little embarrassed. It's like, beer for those two, please, as well. Just sits, like, turning her head away, like, we're not really together.
Yeah, and you get your ales brought over to you. People kind of give you a little bit of a sideways look because you're obviously not locals. So nobody really.
Well, two of us could be, but
yeah. I mean,
Could have been.
that's fair, but you're also
life.
still carrying your pack, still got your traveler's clothes on.
Could be coming
Still
back home.
Literally carrying weapons on you, like giant big wooden spoons, it's pretty obvious that you're, like, visiting, but they, like, they nod, but they aren't coming over to say hi or anything like that, but they're not also looking unfriendly. They're just like, oh yeah, okay, we'll let them have that. Yeah, and you take a table. At one point, some of the people kind of get up and sort of look out the window, and they're like, is that a giant, like, balloon? And they're all kind of staring at it, and they're like, whoa, wonder what is going on over there. And one of the locals says to the other local, like, oh, I hear Flotsam and Jetsam were doing another trash talk. Nah, must be another one of their inventions. Okay. And they just kind of sit back down again.
How far away is the balloon?
It's quite far away. Like, it's just like, it rose up enough that they actually saw it through the window here, and they were like, what the hell is that?
Can Dexter go, like, up to the window and then just joke to the person, like, I mean, if you've got some way to propel this, he just holds up a dart.
Yeah. It's a giant balloon, and it's across town. Like,
Yeah.
but goes, no.
Okay.
It's like, give me a dart big
It
enough.
was a joke. Do people joke around here? Do people tell jokes?
Yeah,
is that a
funny
thing?
ones, though, usually.
Oh. Everyone's a
good one.
critic.
This town is so sassy. I wonder what's in the water.
I know what's in the water.
Same.
It's the problem.
Also, fun comment to make to someone with weapons. Who just sits back down.
And they, like, move their chairs a little further away.
I'll threaten an NPC. You know I'll threaten an NPC.
Yeah. And so you're all kind of sitting around this table, looking at each other. Gloria's kind of decided to sit outside. She's sort of leaving you to it. She's like, if you don't mind, this is really not my thing, and I'd rather not know, because then I can claim deniability. So,
in that case, get us some rooms, and we will move over there to plan the thing that you don't want to have anything to do with.
Yeah, just like a thing that we're gonna do in a place.
Yeah, she's like, if you got any money? I mean, I don't have this currency.
Dear.
I have precisely 9 gold pieces on me.
Wait, I will. How much is a room in this establishment? May I ask?
Yeah, the tavern owner tells you she's only got 3 or 4 or so of the rooms here, but they're, not expensive. It's like, I don't know, what's reasonable? I don't know, golden night?
Sure. Well, let's grab 2 nights in advance.
Yeah.
I have many gold.
Cool. So she puts you into, like, a group room for, it's just, like, bunk beds.
All together.
Yeah, like a hostel type thing where it's just, bunk beds all in a high 3 of you in a row. Yeah.
Dexter instantly calls one of the top bunks.
I take it's golden night for the room, not for the person. Granny asks.
Oh, for the room. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, cool. I pay him 2 gold. Bahaha.
Nice.
Scammed them.
As you walk up the stairs, they go, hey, food drinks not included, okay?
Included. Great. Awesome.
No, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Continental breakfast. Yes. Anyway.
Subcontinental.
Under the sea breakfast. That's not even funny, but it's funny to me. Okay. Yes, we assume that Bardley is with us as well.
Yeah. Bardley is.
Who I'd imagine would also call a top bunk. So unlucky.
Yeah, well, my bones are too creaky for that, so I'm happy at the bottom.
Yeah, so you pull up the chairs around this small table that are kind of takes up the middle space of the room, having taken some ales upstairs to make your plans for a heist on a well-guarded fortress castle into a palace room with 2 guards on either side of the stone. These are the things that you've seen. How will our adventurers be able to pull this off? I guess we'll have to find out next time, because that's the end of the episode. I'm excited.
Heist, baby.
Heist.
Yep. Very excited.
We gotta stop, collaborate, and listen.
Side heist.
Heist is back.
I have no idea how you guys are going to pull this off. I'm excited to find out what you guys do. And try and stop you with my laid out plans and tracks and stuff.
If this goes bad, I blame Percy.
Yeah,
Never
that's
contributed.
Fair. That's fair. Percy will be back. He will participate if you'd like him to play somewhat of a role, but I'm just not going to plan it for you. So anyway.
Distract.
Thank you so much for joining us on our adventure today. We really hope to see you again. If you are listening to this podcast on the podcast app of your choice, maybe come along to a live stream to catch the action directly as it happens. We stream every second Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. NZDT, and we would really love to see you there. Many amazing people are involved with the production of this podcast, and I'm incredibly grateful for their hard work and dedication every single episode. So I want to give a big shout out to my partner in crime, Brad Zimmerman, editors of the polished episodes that you hear, and responsible for the entire design of the world of Isen in Book 1 that I am carefully ruining. Sorry, Brad. And thanks to Amy Ward, our glorious moderator. She keeps our live streams chat a wholesome and hilarious place to be, and makes pretty art too. And thanks to Haunted Sandwich for the character art they designed for our sidebars, and Aiden Messer Photography for capturing our players in real life. We are proud members of Kiwi RPG, and we encourage you to visit their website to find other Kiwi creators that you absolutely need to know about. And also, we've said it before, but I'll say it again, keep an eye out for Kiwi RPG. We're coming to you at the end of June 2024. We're really excited about the amazing live streams that are going to be on that. I will be on one of them, showcasing a New Zealand-made RPG called Deathmatch, and Brad Zimmerman will be on another, showcasing his amazing tabletop game, D12 Go. So do not miss out on all of this just tasty Kiwi RPG. Of course, this podcast would not be able to keep going without our Patreons who keep the lights on at Isen HQ and make the Fate of Isen Discord a delightful home on the internet. We are very grateful for your support. So a big, big thanks to Alex White Robinson, Irene Cucci, Laura Christine Goodman, Sam Malcolm K, Victoria and Gavin Porter, Daniel Nichols, Violet, Squished, how long can I make this before Patreon stops me? Maybe I could write a whole book in here. Alexandra Litkites, Andrew Evans, Chaos the Fox, Ezekiel, Tara Borelli, the Gamatron, Christian H. Samsara, Disturbed One, NZ, sometimes Marlock, occasionally Dinglefloof, but always the human servant of the real life Wen of the Forgotten, Lyndon Hood, Tom Ailey says, Paul Smells, Erika Jayne, Steffi James is awesome, Penny D from the Terrible Adventures of the Janus and Preface Parchment Company podcast, and they are on their finals episodes of that podcast, so do not miss out because it's going to be amazing. Aaron Gilgren, Robert McLean, Moji, Torji Barkai, Danielle, the Tea Lady, Lady of the Tea, and Liz from Movie Reviews in 20 Qs. So good. You guys are so good. You're just so good. And you too can be a fatey for as little as $2 a month. Join the exclusive Discord and become one of the fans I now consider best friendsies. And before I go, I wanted to remind you that if you have a hankering for more dice in your life, head on over to our partners, fanrolldice.com, and use the promo code FATEOFISIN, and you can get 10% off your entire order. Have a cool dice discount on us because we love you. And we want you to know we're thinking of you. And last but not least, big thanks to my players who I literally could not do any of this without because it would just be me monologuing and nobody wants to hear that. I'm going to pass it over to them to say their goodbyes. Same order as before?
Sure. Goodbye, everybody. Take care of yourselves.
Goodbye.
Don't get a weird
We
cold
do now?
or COVID.
No, okay.
Is that going to be the new thing? Goodbye.
Not where to find you on the socials or anything like that. No, okay, cool. Yeah. Wow, you're very rusty at this, aren't you, Severin?
We are.
I was
We were
gonna do it, but
underwater for a while. Okay, you get rusty.
I will say I got slightly interrupted. That's not on me. Severin Gourley, comedy person on the Facebooks. I also have a TikTok, which I forget the name of. Try to find me. How many Severin Gourleys can there be?
Comedy.boy.
Oh, I think I've changed it to like Severin Piano Boy because I post more piano things than I have comedy things.
Oh. You need to update your thing because Amy's linking it right
I'm sorry,
now.
Amy.
Anyway.
Oh no.
Who was next?
Is it in the crew part?
It's Erika.
Oh yeah. Goodbye. I'm Erika. I'm Erika on Ericano Jayne on Instagram. I haven't changed it because I'm a good person, Amy. I love you.
I'm a good person. What does that say about Severin? Although Amy did write,
I'm saying he's tricksy.
I'm a pile of trash floating in the ocean.
Amy's responses to you guys has been to Severin's facepalm and to Erika's thank you.
You can't see me, but yeah. Get me love hands.
Oh, Kasia, do you want to bring that home?
I'm Kasia. I do comedy sometimes, and my Facebook page is being linked. One day I will make it something I can actually say, but not today. Not this day.
Fair.
Back to you, Jules.
All right. And it's me. Hi. I'm your DM Jules. I was excited to be your DM today. I have fun players, and this is a fun story. And I really love doing this with you all. So thanks for joining me. It's a good time. And you can find me on all the socials everywhere, all over the place. And you can even book your kids to come play with me very soon at D&D. There's 2 more sessions that I'm doing, which is very exciting. So, the last one was absolute chaos. They decided to make friends with a bed and then defend the bed from monsters. And then they wanted to drag the bed out of the house. Bear in mind, the bed's an inanimate object. It wasn't alive. They just really liked the fish.
Yeah.
It was a moldy, broken spring mattress on a basically rotten bed, but they grew very attached to it in the short time that we had together.
It was real to them.
Yeah. So kids, you just gotta roll with the fun of it.
Oh, don't I know it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be running some sessions in July, hopefully.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
That's like ages away.
When I'm away in Germany. That's fun.
Das ist gut.
Das ist gut. So anyway, let's get out of here and say goodbye to our friends listening and watching.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Yeah.
Schlaf gut.
Yeah. Schlaf gut.
It's like sleep well.
Such pigeon German, but yes.
Do you mean what they speak in Bavaria? Because yes, that was 100%
that's
their
gonna be
regional
me.
dialects.
The entire Germany trip, it's going to be me just like pigeoning the words that I know and kind of making very bad sentences together.
Yeah.
Just bring out your Duolingo. The museum is on the left.
Yeah, because the Deutsch I know is ein bisschen, a little. I know how to say ich verstehe Sie nicht, meaning I don't understand you, and langsam bitte, which is slowly please, and ich weiß nicht, I don't know. So I'm all set to tell people how incompetent I am. So I'm very excited about that. But yes, let's get out of here and actually say goodbye. Inohora ka kita no aroha nui in our Aotearoa native language. Goodbye. We will see you again soon, and we love you lots.
Ka kite.
Bye.
Call your parents.
He did it.
Just
it's so good to have you doing it. You're back. Yay! Oh, that felt good. Searching in the darkness, in the unbearable silence, ringing in her ears, trying to find those that she knows should be here, those who stop the pain and help her sleep. She spots a glimmer of something bright, and she twists towards it. It hurts. It hurts. It's wrong. But it's the only thing that's not dark. And so she moves, like swimming in a silent sea, and as she reaches the glow, she breaks through the surface, and the noise is suddenly deafening, and the light, too bright, but straining. She tries to reach out. She looks around, opening her strained eyes to see a grand hall full of people standing and clapping. As the applause in the grand hall reaches its peak, 2 charismatic men on stage exchange knowing glances, their confident smiles twisting as they walk through the stage, through a crowd of adoring fans. Signing parchment and pausing for inspiring moments, the air around her shimmers with heat, and she watches the crowd dispersing slowly, leaving them to enter the well-adorned wagon, leaving them and her. Entering along with them, she gasps at the horrific display in front of her as the men's flesh seem to writhe and contort, giving way to dark, leathery skin bristling with vicious barbs, spines, and hooks. Their once human forms elongated and taller, muscles bulging grotesquely beneath their demonic hides. Sharp claws extended from their fingertips and gleaming wickedly in the dim torchlight. Their eyes, previously so bright and welcoming, now burn with an eerie, predatory gleam, ever watchful. The transformation complete, the newly revealed devils stood tall and menacing, their presence exuding an aura of pure malice. The air crackles with anticipation as they flex their claws and sit on the luxurious leather seating. One clutches at a pile of heavily and elaborately written documents. With a sinister grin, they seal these documents, dipping their claws into a jar of red liquid and scrawling a language across the bottom that she's unable to read. Sealing deals, sealing the fate of any who dare sign. She watches, and suddenly she understands. No one is coming. She is going to die. The horror overwhelms her. She crashes underneath the surface once more and fades to blissful black.